Hi, this poem is called Meet the Weather by Alexander Robertson. A visitor coming to Scotland for the first time, looking to find what his people had left behind since they were last here and cleared. He'd given himself a week to meet 500 years, ambitious, but not overly so in a small country with good roads. He planned for one museum a day, 2 castles, and 3 bends in the week. And with a local speak for authenticity, that should wrap up his claim for genuine ancestry. He stepped off the plane to some rain, for which he was well prepared, but not for the Atlantic Depression, which had followed him over in the name of low pressure to open up above where he stayed. There followed days of downpours, burst river banks and flooding, and attempted hill walk aborted when the rain met the hail coming upwards. With ferry boats cancelled and travel suspended, the museum proved its worth as a shelter from where he could read about the places he wanted to visit but couldn't, for the mist cut the mountains and shortened the view to a box of grey, from which, by the end of the week, he was glad to be set free. Only on the day of his leaving, the sun made a lasting appearance, and did so in spectacular style. A cloudless blue from horizon to heavens, and in for the week, marked only by the speck of a silver streak, taking our visitor back home, where from above he had his first views of Scotland, mainland and island, in shades of blue, purple and green, a pattern of mountains he had never climbed, lochs and glens he had never seen. But the image stayed with him, took him back the following year, plus a week, for he now knew summer's beginning, only to be told on arrival the Scotia he'd missed, as he scurried out of the blustery showers, which he took personally as if he'd been targeted, by spending his time in the hotel bar, asking the locals not about the plaid, the kilt and the dirk, but about the weather and how to get rid of it. The locals were phlegmatic on the subject. One said best come in May, and others said June, and a third said you'll always get a good week in September. The only time in which they all agreed, don't come at the Glasgow Fair. Back for a third year to complete what he'd aimed for in the week, with waterproof cape, knee-high boots and sou'wester, none of which he had any need, as he lay deep sprung in a bed of hillside heather, by wild flowers his hat shielding the sun. So still in sleep he was taken back to find the key where it all had begun. If this land was his land, then so was the weather, as one had been formed, each by the other. That brought him closer than he'd ever been, more than artifacts, more than the little screen, to be in the same rain from which his people took shelter, know the storm winds that bent them under, see the white clouds give way to a glorious sun. Why, he would be back again, to welcome the weather as much as the land, for that was his contact, the link in his people's chain, as one in passing, making what remains. Thank you.